Hello ladies and gentlemen, Sandeep here, the Gold Lighthouse Keeper. This video is going to be about me sharing my pride and my joy with you. I have two prides and joy in my life. One, it's my wife and my child. And two, it's my books. Now, I cannot make copies and clones of my wife and my child to share that pride and joy with all of you, but I can of the books. And believe me, the books mean a lot to me. It's not about the money. It's not about the sales. It's not about whatever scenarios you can think of. It's purely about sharing my love, my pride, my joy with the world. And so when I meet someone and say they're going to buy my books and then they're not going to buy my books, then it changes it around, it actually hurts me. Because it's like you're playing with my emotions here. It's not just, I sold a car off the car lot. It's about pieces of literature, fine pieces of literature that happened with the hands of time under the blue sky or the black night. And I'm giving them to you. Now there's 4 books. I have 4 books in total. The first one, a non-fiction story. It's called Sandeep. My name is Sandeep. I was in America. This guy goes, what are you going to call your book? I'm going to call it The Calling. Because why don't you call it Sandeep? Magic. Non-fiction, true life story. It's about how an Indian man found Jesus Christ and learned from Jesus Christ. When my life was going downhill, it's a confession, it's a survival, it's a motivation book, and it's a soldier book. It's for the hard nutters that are not too sensitive about things. But from that book came a lot of joy in the world, a lot of peace, a lot of harmony, a lot of grace. And that book is called Sandeep. And from that book, I asked the Lord, do not leave me with just this book. Give me something else. So the Lord gave me a potion. Now, a potion is about a planet set on the other side of the universe. And the planet doesn't orbit like this, like ours does. It orbits like that. And one island on this side, one island on that side, and it orbits like this. There's a moon around it, and a rock, and that orbits around that. Now this planet doesn't even orbit around the sun, it arcs around it. Like this, so it's spinning like this. And it's gonna face it straight into the sun. They're gonna face oblivion. There's a dragon and a master watching over all these things. And everyone on that planet is Sikh, because my name is a Sikh name, Sandeep, God of Light. And so you learn about Sikhism within the fairy tale within the book. And it's a beautiful story, it's not even too long. And that's a potion. So then I asked the Lord, I go, Lord, things come in threes, the Trinity comes in threes, the three dev comes in threes. Give me the 3rd book. So he gave me Colors of Enlightenment. Now Colors of Enlightenment is massive. And it's just a short space of 250 odd pages. It's about a time traveler who travels with his friends, including his girlfriend, through time and space. And you learn things from their library stuff, religion, evolution, sports, math, relationships, children, nutrition, intimacy, love, war, music. So many things in a condensed 250-page book called Colors of Enlightenment. As a story, you start from the front, finish at the end, or you can actually pick it up in sections and read it as there. Plus, each chapter is kind of written in an element of that color of light. So if you're reading the Love and War, it's a red, and you're going to read words that signify the color red. You're also going to see words that just start with R, and that goes into red, and then it goes into places of black as well to basically bring you back to peace. Magnificent book. Now, a potion and Colors of Enlightenment I put as one combo book. It says one combo book because everything I studied in Sandeep. Now I failed at the best university of England had to offer in one of the best courses they did. It was a hard time, a repentant heart, but I got through it. Of course you can tell I got through it. Now, I studied at junior school, I studied at secondary school, I studied at college, I studied into university. Then I failed at university. I went to another university in America, South Carolina, Southern Wesleyan University, and all this information now, every academic person out there, every student out there that goes and studies things, they realize that it's not just about picking up the book and learning it. There's a lot of material. You've got to understand things, you've got to remember things. And there's a lot. We did 24-hour library sessions quite a lot of times throughout the night to get through our degrees and stuff. So a potion and colors of enlightenment hold all that knowledge that I accumulated over the years into a story fashion. That's how a potion and colors of enlightenment have been made, packed full of knowledge, packed full of wisdom in such a short space of condensed area. Now, what is the price to condensed knowledge in one area? It's priceless. People are actually looking for information so quick that they want it, and I have done exactly that. I have put so much amount of information into those books that some things are just better read than said. Now, 8 years later, I had to ask myself a question. I asked myself a question. If the Christians believe in one God, Father, and the Muslims believe in one God, Allah, and the Sikhs believe in one God, Vahaguru, and the Jewish believe in one God, Yahweh, then out of all the gods of Hinduism, who's that one God and why? So I found that one God, and he's Krishna. It's written in the Bhagavad Gita. The biggest book in the world is in Milan. Not as many copies of a book sold. The biggest book, it needs 4 people to turn the page, and it's the Bhagavad Gita. They made the Bhagavad Gita the biggest book in the world, and I wrote Bhagwan's Guitar to basically tell the story of Krishna, his teachings, and why he is considered as the number one God, what happened to change everything. And it's all set in the modern era. So I took 5,000 years of literature, 2 books, Bhagavad Gita, Krishna's Supreme Personality of Godhead, and I brought them into one book. And I revamped the whole thing to fit into the modern era of England we see today, America there is, and India, of course. That beautiful love story between Radha and Krishna that many know about, Radha and Krishna, the transcendental bliss that there is, revamped into the modern era. So there's a young man that goes to high school, his name is Krishna. There's a cheerleader who's the top cheerleader of all of them, and her name is Radha. And basically their connection with each other and the rest of the students and the rest of the people, including men and women. It's one of the best spiritual books in the world. And if someone beats that spiritual book, I'll be the first to say, hands down, that yours is better than mine. But mine is written from the hands of time. The Bhagavad Gita listed things about consciousness, yoga, bhakti yoga. It never said exactly how to use it. Well, through my experience from Sandeep, through my experiences in life, I figured out how to use these consciousnesses, which I have given for free on my website, have given for free on Facebook, have given free around the world. But I've also written into the book as in a book fashion. Now, I personally believe I've got the best Facebook site in the world. If not, I'll just switch off the light and we'll wait for a verdict. So I would appreciate you looking into my books. If you're on the go, if you're like me at times, you're on the go, listen to an audio. But if you're an educator, a teacher, a life coach, a parent, a student, get them as a paperback fashion, because when you read things, you remember things. If English is not a cup of tea, buy it, a gift for someone outside of the world. I know many people in Africa would love to have at least Colors of Enlightenment and Sandeep, but I can't get it to them. Maybe you can get it to them. I'll be doing my best to carry on going with this opportunity I've been given. Now, if history could be placed in books, of course, we can make an optimistic future from books and literature. Now I say books, but I should really say stories, magnificent stories. I'm a storyteller. I can carry on going. I'm an author, carry on going. But with good, great things that come to an end, great, better things start new beginnings. So I'm going to leave this here with a summary of Sandeep, A Potion, Colors of Enlightenment, and Bhagwan's Guitar. Try to pick up as a Kindle Unlimited, guys. It's right there on your hands. Kindle Unlimited, you've got it there. Paperbacks, you've got it there. Audio, you got it there. Contact me, you got me here. While the light is still in my heart, I will get them to you. Now, all the best. Great fortune, nail and hammer, peace and prosperity, fortune and glory.